I've had a couple of questions in therapy recently about whether it's okay for partners to hold on to photos from their past relationships, or is it almost like a form of cheating? Snapchat memories gets mentioned a lot when your partner is flicking through them and good times with exes come up. If you don't like this and you really struggle with it, have you got retroactive jealousy? Or are you overreacting? Or have you got a point? Why is your partner looking at it? Well, a few considerations, like what type of photos are we talking about here? Holiday memories, nights out with friends, or nudes? Because I think a natural boundary for a lot of people would be, I'm not sure about all these nude images of your ex. What is that all about? And then there's the amount of photos. Are the exes just popping up amongst the past memories and group shots, etc.? Or is it a stash, a collection of ex pics that could be easily deleted? Does it feel a bit secretive? Is your partner looking at it on the down low? Would you both look at these Snapchat memories together? Now, you might not particularly want to, but would your partner be fine with that in principle? This is where it can get tricky. Insecurity or retroactive jealousy can have us saying, this is the rule from now on. You only look at these things with me. Look, come on, show me what's on your phone. And that can be controlling. Let's not do that. But in general, if your partner is cool, whether you see what they're looking at or not, I think that's usually a positive signal. There was a really good discussion of all this on the Pillow Talks podcast the other day, recommended by the way, and I'll link to it in the description. Sex therapist Vanessa Marin made the point that a lot of people don't want to go back and look at photos of their exes, nude or otherwise. But if they're fine with pictures of their ex coming up, fond of these past memories even, well, it suggests that the relationship ended amicably. Being with someone who can end relationships in an amicable and a grown-up way is a good sign versus someone who hates every single one of their exes. Now, it depends, of course, but bear that in mind. Being fond of nudes of these amicable exes is probably still a step too far, though. Also, your relationship, maybe if it's new or you're in the early dating phase, well, okay, have these photos of your ex on your phone. But if it's a more established, committed relationship, married, well, why are you holding on to them probably becomes a more valid question. So it needs communication and understanding. And this goes for any couple, because people have different takes on this. Some of us are more nostalgic than others. Your partner could just say, oh, it's just photos. I'm with you now. Look, here I am. I'm not asking about what's on your phone, so leave me alone. And they might have a point, depending on the considerations we've mentioned. If retroactive jealousy is in the mix here, a quite obsessional discomfort with our partner's intimate past, then there's going to be disparity. Our sensitivity to old photos and chats will be way up here, along with any other reminders of their past or their exes. Photos of exes don't cause retroactive jealousy. There's usually more going on, and it's on the side of the person with it. One sign of retroactive jealousy is there won't be balanced discussion between the partners. There'll be relentless questions about these photos and exes and the past. Why are you looking? Are you still in touch? Do you enjoy these memories? In what way? There might be demands or desperate pleas to delete everything. Promise we won't look at it again. Maybe quite extreme emotional outbursts. All of this goes on and on and on. And it's difficult for partners because if they say, oh, okay, well, if you're that unhappy about this, then yes, I'll delete everything. I won't look at it again. Then they inadvertently feed the problem. Because the partner with retroactive jealousy says, oh, thank you, that really helps me. But their retroactive jealousy is already saying, see, they were up to something, what else have they got to hide, etc. So as a general steer, if there's lots of these photos or they're nudes or sexual, and if your partner really does keep going back to them in private, a conversation may well be appropriate. When you look at those photos, I feel like this about it. How can we make this work? Boundaries and respect. But if you're struggling with this and your partner's past feels like it's developed into an obsession, we may be in retroactive jealousy OCD territory. This is about more than photos and Snapchat, especially if you've noticed the tendency in previous relationships. See my other videos about retroactive jealousy and breaking these patterns. you can do it. Now, it could be both. You struggle with retroactive jealousy and your partner isn't helping by having old photos, including exes, in their timeline. But they won't be helping you by deleting everything, or apologising for it, or promising that they won't look at anything without you there, or letting you go through their phone. Retroactive jealousy can have couples fall into these traps in an effort to keep the peace, but it only makes matters worse. Get help with this. See my video about working together as a couple on this. This is a tricky one. It all feels very subjective, but I hope it gives you some helpful pointers and potentially where it hooks into retroactive jealousy. And thank you for watching.